Smite 2 has some big Conquest changes now. In the start of this video, they talked about Smite 1's Conquest being too complex as the years go on. Over the years, it just became overwhelming, and those people that didn't take the game as seriously as I did just didn't understand the map. For sweats like me though, it was easy to understand, but it still kind of got too much towards the end. A good thing for the developers is that the changes for them are going to be easier, and there's more freedom for them on the Unreal Engine 5. There is now a new interaction system that they talked about here, so instead of walking over the jungle buffs, you are now going to be pressing a button to interact to pick up the buffs itself. Jungle buffs also now level up once you kill them, so you'll be getting more gold and experience off of them. It also now displays what the buffs do once you pick up that buff. In the bottom right, it'll say. The only jungle buff that I saw that I could kind of point out what it did was Pathfinder 1, grants +4 movement speed every 3 seconds, max stacks of 3. Once you take damage, it removes all stacks. This is super nice for those new characters coming in being, what does this buff do? Is it good on this god, this god, this god? You'll kind of have more of a brief understanding of what you should be playing that on. This will make jungle buffs be fought over more. It's a nice concept because I feel like lower ranks don't really go in the jungles. They stay away from that, so you'll definitely be seeing more action in the jungles. Buff camps will be changed a little bit for the returning user, but you'll still be able to recognize them. Another cool thing is that the doors outside of the base you can actually now interact to open with, not just from the inside but from the outside as well. Something that I'm wondering is if the enemy team can interact with your doors. Does that mean that the enemy team can also interact with them and get in there, or is it just going to be for your team? There's also a new jungle objective called Warhorn. It's an area where you interact to start the objective. Once it's started, you stand on the podium for a certain amount of time. I believe they said 30 seconds. Once that 30 seconds is over, you get a buff. That buff is they will be spawning this thing called champion minions to your lane. Gold Fury and Fire Giant also have huge visual buffs. Not just that, they also have buffs to them. Fire Giant will have the same reward, protections, and damages. They're reworking their kit, so it won't feel like the same fight, which is kind of nice. Like the Gold Fury, the Fire Giant will now scale throughout the game. So the buff starts at 50 power, 4% health regen, and 2% mana regen. Now after every single time you kill it, it increases by +30 power and +20 protections for each Fire Giant kill. Gold Fury has changed. She was kind of useless in the late game because you already had the gold, you had the items. The only thing that you really needed to buy was this god tier potion. But now it has 3 buffs that you can get from each time that you kill it. The first 3 times that you kill it, all nearby minions take reduced damage, and they also deal more damage. Once you kill it 3 times, it transforms into the Ancient Fury. Once you defeat the Ancient Fury, all enemy towers and phoenixes are disabled for 180 seconds. This is honestly huge. This is going to be groundbreaking because now you actually have the Gold Fury meaning something late game. There was just times where you just got bored and killed it, but now this is actually going to be a useful, like, it's going to be a fight for the game. It's going to be really nice for those games that are, you know, 20 kill matches and it's 55 minutes into the game, you just want to get out. Overall, I don't really have any complaints about these changes. They're all amazing, especially the Gold Fury and the Fire Giant. I'm really excited to see the new kits and like how those buffs are going to affect in game. I also really like the new interaction update. I'm not going to play devil's advocate here because I've definitely done it before, but I hate when my teammates run over my buffs. So now hopefully when I accidentally do it to my teammates, they don't just throw the game, think the game's over, and leave, because I've had so many times that happen just over a stupid jungle buff. Overall, for a 10-year returning user, I love these and I don't think they're groundbreaking. I also really think the style of Conquest will keep more new players around, which is something that the Smite community needs. It'll keep them playing the game because it's a lot easier to understand than the current Conquest map in Season 11. They are right. Smite's Conquest has gotten too complex over the years, and people like me, the sweats and the pros, they take the time out of the day to actually learn the map and the rotations, but for the casual player, really don't care enough. So with this new Conquest, it'll hopefully be a lot easier for those casual players to play ranked and still feel like they can get the full concept of the game. Now I'm just saying, Smite 2, when Ymir's in the game and I can get crit, I'm going to be jungling and I'm going to be coming after you. So just know, it is me.
A little bit of the Simpsons.
He's right. How did you get the Simpsons out of that? Whoop, goodbye. Oh.